Stronger teams, smarter plays. This is Hustle and Heart. Let's get to work.
Season Journal Entry 9. Funny thing about Steady, once you get it, you start to see where the next pass should go. The shop's got rhythm now. Not perfect, but smoother. The kind of rhythm that makes you want to keep the ball moving. Coach walked in Monday and didn't talk about speed or hustle. He talked about assists. Said the mark of a great team isn't who scores, it's who sets up the shot. Dana grinned. She's been doing that for weeks, lining up wins for everyone else. She calls it setting the table. Before you even clock in, she's already laid out the plans, labeled the gear, checked the weather, and left a note that says, "Hit it hard, I've got your back." What's wild is how it's catching on. You see Marcus helping the install crew finish cleanup so they can beat the rain. You see new hires showing up early to stage materials for the next shift. Nobody told them to, they just saw the pattern. Coach says that's the invisible stat that changes everything, the assist. The move that doesn't make the highlight reel but makes the highlight possible. Eddie would have rolled his eyes at this stuff, he played for his own numbers. But around here, the scoreboard's shifting. We're counting setups now, not just finishes. It's quieter, more connected, more fun. You can feel the trust building again, one handoff at a time. And I swear, the work hits different when you know someone's already passed you the ball, expecting you to do something great with it.
That kind of stuff hits different, man. I'll never forget my first manager, Mike. He didn't know everything or have formal training, but he cared about setting up his team and everyone around him. He'd have everything lined out before we even showed up. Materials staged, clients prepped, subs briefed, sales looped in. The path was always cleared. And yeah, he liked to leave those little notes. Sometimes cheesy quotes from Marcus Aurelius or a line like, "Stay sharp out there." You'd find them tucked in the job packet or taped to your steering wheel. We used to laugh, thought it was a little over the top, but after a while it stuck. You'd see that note and know, he wasn't just running a crew, he was building one. You could feel it. Somebody cared enough to make sure you were ready. And when someone's got your back like that, you don't want to drop the ball. You want to earn it.
There's something I love about what you both just described, and it ties right into the science of it. When new hires start picking up on that pattern without even being asked, that's when you know trust is starting to cement itself in the culture. It's contagious. Reminds me of something we talked about a few episodes back, respecting the baton. When quiet assists become routine, that's the start of real team rhythm. Not just one person being dependable, but everyone playing off each other, almost without thinking. Over time, it's not just about who wins, but who sets others up for wins. That's top-tier performance, on the field, in the office, or on the shop floor.
And what's wild is how invisible this can be. You notice people starting to anticipate others' needs, labeling gear, prepping the work, tag-teaming the cleanup, before anyone even says a word. That invisible impact shifts everything. As I said in the journal, we're counting setups now, not just finishes. That's how trust quietly stacks up, one small, thoughtful move at a time.
Yeah, and look, your Eddies, they might roll their eyes. But here's the thing. When folks see those patterns, they step in. Like I've seen brand new hires stage materials in the dark at 6 a.m. just because they saw the older crew do it. It's low-key the best feeling when you realize the culture's working and you didn't have to lay down the law to make it happen.
Speaking of not laying down the law, I want to dig into this idea, recovering from mistakes fast as a team, Gegenpressing. It's Jurgen Klopp's system from soccer, and the way it works is, the moment you lose the ball, the whole team swarms to get it back right away. It's not blame, it's just, next play, let's go. That's gold for business too.
Yeah, the Gegenpress. You drop the ball, literally or not, but the team jumps right in to fix it with you. That changes everything, man. I mean, I've botched orders before and it's embarrassing. Your stomach sinks, your ears get hot, whatever. But if the crew immediately steps in and helps recover, nobody's roasting you, it's just next play. And now, you aren't scared to admit you messed up, because you know folks got your back. That's a big assist.
You're pointing right at something crucial, this next play culture. When teams respond to errors with action, not shame, you swap out psychological safety for something more proactive. Next play confidence. Instead of lingering on the mistake, you focus on how to move forward, together. That energy builds trust in a way that's both humble and gritty.
Let me toss in a story here. Working in a restaurant, you know how wild a dinner rush gets. One night, a new line cook dropped every single plate for a big table. Instead of panic, the entire shift pivoted. Manager, servers, kitchen, the folks in the dish pit, they all jumped in, replated, and got food out with barely a delay. That guest ended up leaving a 5-star review because no one melted down or threw blame around. It was pure, unselfish cover, and honestly, it became a legend in that kitchen.
That's how you know you've got the culture right. We keep talking about being dependable, but real greatness is about assisting on the recovery, not just doing your own thing and walking away. Builds that next play motor in everyone. And, it's kind of fun. Everybody loves a comeback.
Exactly. That's what separates teams that just avoid mistakes from teams that grow stronger from them. Quick assists in the messy middle, that's where trust expands. Suddenly, nobody's afraid to try because they know someone will race to back them up.
All right, so how do you make this assist-first vibe stick? It's one thing to talk about it, a whole different level to track it. Here's my thing. I use a personal assist tracker. I jot down every time I set someone else up for a win. Maybe I shared info before a meeting, sent a quick recap so the next person wasn't guessing, or jumped in to help finish a deadline. At first it sounds small, but when I look back at the week, those moments stack up. That's the real scoreboard, how often you make the play before the play.
Yeah, that's not just tracking for the sake of tracking. That's showing yourself and your team that setting up others is actually part of your job, not just extra credit. We talked about daily checklists before, but this is more like keeping score on the plays no one sees. When teams do this together, it starts to shift the group story too. You move from me to we.
This is where narrative psychology gets real. When you track assists, you aren't just building a stat, you're changing the story of who gets recognized. You make every player feel seen, even for the quiet foundational work. Over time, you're rewriting the group's entire story, from heroes and helpers to one squad where everyone matters. That sense of belonging is the engine behind great culture, not just big speeches or slogans.
Even small habits count. Throwing out an extra water bottle, jumping in to finish a checklist, just asking, who needs something before we roll? It's not glamorous, but if you stack those plays, you build a team that expects to help. And it's actually kind of addictive once you get rolling. Nobody wants to break the chain.
If you want real wins, you got to make this visible. Create a scoreboard or run a team shout out at the end of every shift, whatever works. Bottom line, don't wait around for someone to notice your good deeds. Share assists, measure them, celebrate them. That's how those invisible habits take root and lift up everyone's standard. One pass, one prep, one finish at a time.
So for everyone listening, here's our invite. Try out the assist tracker, shine a light on those supporting acts, and watch the rhythm of your shop, your crew, or your team totally change. These small actions, tracked and celebrated, are what build championship culture from the inside out. And they don't show up on the highlight reel, but you'll feel them every single day.
Seriously, try it. Grab a notebook, start logging assists for a week, see how you feel. It'll flip your perspective on what actually moves the needle at work. Don't sleep on the details. Action is king.
All right, team, that's it for today. Next episode, we'll dig into how great teams pivot under pressure and turn setbacks into comebacks.
Take care of each other out there. Don't dismiss the assist. Celebrate it.
You have been listening to Hustle and Heart. Remember, champions aren't born, they're built on small daily choices.